They say, the hadith says, they put a saw, those big saws, I imagine, the ones that you cut the tree trunks with in the olden days, one man pulls that one, on his head, and they cut the priest down the middle. And then he cut the wazir. And then the name of the boy has gone like wildfire across the city. Everyone knows that this is what. So he couldn't do a little kill for him, a silent kill. So he goes, listen, take him to the mountain and drop him from the mountain. Nice dramatic end, so everyone gets the message, the king is king. So they took the boy up towards the mountain, and as they're climbing up, the young boy makes dua, Ya Rab, suffice me their evil any way you decide. Whatever way you want to deal with them, Ya Rab. So Allah Rabbul Izzah shook the mountain, they fell off, all of them dead. The young man came back to the king, and his courage is admirable. He doesn't go home and hide, he comes back to the king like, hello, I am back. So the king goes, what happened? He goes, they all died. Allah, my Lord killed them. So king is more upset, what to do? All right, got another 20 or so people, take him in the ocean, chuck him into the sea, let him drown. Went into the boat, so he goes, Ya Rab, deal with them in any way you choose. Allah shook the boat, they all fell down. The man came back to the king, hi. So he told the king, he goes, listen, there's only one way you can kill me. And the man is intelligent, the young boy. He's a da'i, you see. His aim is to promote the deen. So he goes, how? He goes, gather all the people. Then tie me on a tree or on a pillar. And get an arrow from my quiver, put it in the bow, pull it. And say nice, loud and strong, say, I shoot this arrow and kill this boy in the name of the Lord of the boy. In the name of the Rabb of the boy. So the king in his anger got all the people, got the man, pulled the arrow out, says, I shoot in the name of the Lord of the boy, shot. And they have all heard, everyone's heard, one batch of people went, died, the king can't kill him, went another one batch, they all died. All their families are probably mourning, of all those 20, 40 soldiers that died, everyone knows. So this boy, the man shot, and it hit him, and the young man died. But everyone became believers, because the man has confessed there's a true God. So the king got angry, ordered his soldiers to dig trenches, like dig pits, put fire in the pits, burnt it till it's very hot. Brought the civilians who had believed on the edge of the pit. Do you believe in, disbelieve in what you believe in? They said no. Push him in. Push him in. And the last, they say, was a young mom with a little infant. And she looked at the child feeling emotional, that because of him, maybe to save him. So they say he looked at her and said, you're on the truth, stay firm. So she jumped with the child into the fire. So these were Christians, you see. They were all killed like that. But two ran away, and they went and eventually reached Ethiopia, where the big Christian emperor An-Najashi is. The Nagas. The Nagas is the title of the rulers of Ethiopia, An-Najashi. And he's a devout Christian. Even at the time of the Prophet, the other Najashi, that they went to him and he embraced them, devout, pious person. So this An-Najashi heard that his brethren of faith, the Christians, were slaughtered by this king. He got angry, organized a army, 70,000, went there, and he said, trample on the soils of Yemen, kill the king, take a third of them hostage, and so on. And so he sent two generals. One is Ariyat and the other one is Abraha. They went together, annihilated everyone, destroyed the city, sent slaves back to the king, and so on. And the Abyssinians took over Yemen. the two generals, two people in similar positions, their ambitions take over. One tries to take the seat from the other, and so on. So they were annoying one another, not listening to commands, this and that. Eventually, half of the army supported Abraha, half supported the other one, and they were going to have a fight. So Abraha says, listen, instead of killing soldiers, me and you will have a duel. Me and you go, we'll have a fight. Whoever wins becomes the general of the entire army. So in the olden days, how dueling worked, so what you do is you come to fight, and you bring what you call a second with you. So, say, if this person is coming to fight, it will be him and his best friend, or someone who will be, his second. And the other side will bring two, himself and someone else with him as well. And they will fight, and whoever wins or whoever dies. So they say Abraha was not physically wow, and the other man was solid, big, general. So the fight started, and the Ariyat smashed him with his blade or with his spear, and he tried to defend it, but it cut through, and it got Abraha like this. Like it cut his eyebrow, cut the edge of his eye, slit his nose, and down his mouth. So because of that, they used to call him the one with the split face. Like Abraha al-Ashram, the one with the cut face. But as he got hit, and he's down, and the blade of this general is on Abraha, his second jumped and stabbed the general. And then together, him and Abraha went and hit the other. So Abraha became the general of the entire army. The problem is, this quarrel was okay between generals, but the generals belonged to someone else. The generals of Najashi, the emperor. You can't kill a general and the emperor let it go. So when Najashi heard that his general's been killed, he swore an oath that I will come and trample on your land and cut your forelocks. Like, as in, the French, the front of your forehead. I'll cut your hair, like as in embarrass you, and I will trample. So Abraha heard. So Abraha, before the king could come, cut his own hair, put it in a bag, and took some soil, put it in a bag, sent it to An-Najashi, goes, "O king, I heard your oath. Here's the hair that you wanted, and here's the soil. Trample on that soil, take this hair in your hand, your oath is completed. He was your servant, I am your servant, we are still in obedience. We just had a quarrel in which he unfortunately died." And then to kind of win favor with the king, he said, "But now I will build you a cathedral, the like of which has not been built for any before you. So I will build you a church." So he set out and he built a monumental thing. In those days, they say the pillars were so tall, the towers, that if you looked up, your hat would fall. And, the crosses had gold and silver on it, and the pulpit had ivory, and it was a work of art. And then he said, "I will tell the Arabs to forget about the Kaaba and worship here." So when he said this, historically, Arabs don't take insults very well. So when the Arabs heard that he has said this, that he will come and take, change our direction from the Kaaba to his cathedral, one of them took the long journey, went to his cathedral, and defiled it. Because there are kids here, so anyway, the man defecated in the corner of the church. He did a boo-boo on the corner of the church. And so Abraha got very upset when he found that it is someone related to the Quraysh. And he took an oath that I will erase their temple in the disrespect that they have shown. There's another narration that another group of young lads came, and they tried to start a fire, and pretty soon they burnt the whole cathedral down. So whichever one or both. So now Abraha got an army organized to come and erase the Kaaba. So this is the third big thing in the life of Abdul Muttalib.